I love Richard Simmons. My mother used to watch him on General Hospital, and she said, "You have to see this guy, he's hilarious." So when he started doing his exercise show, and it was like 9 in the morning or something, on Channel 7, I started watching. And I was this is in early sobriety, so, I'm bonkers anyway. So I started exercising every day with Richard. When I went to Bucks County Playhouse and Pocono Playhouse, Falmouth, I had a Richard Simmons cassette tape, and we'd all do Richard together. So I had Sweatin' to the Oldies. I had a lot of stuff. I just got the biggest kick out of him. And what I really liked about him is he did the journey himself. He was a fat boy who tried everything and then finally surrendered to the process and did it. So when we were in LA doing the national tour of An Inspector Calls, I said, Richard has a studio here. And I knew I was going to be there. So I looked it up because I wanted to be there when he taught class. Because I thought, please, to be in Richard's class, it's not Clooney, but it's Richard. So anyway, I got into Richard's class. And before the class, what he does is, and there were some, and I truly mean it, there were some 400 and 500 pounders there, sitting on a chair. He does like an inspirational thing for all these people for like maybe a half hour, and then they can't do the class. But that's what he does for them, and he talks to them, and he knows them, and he makes them feel welcome. It was an incredible experience. Then when we move into phase 2 of the class, he comes in, he regroups for a second, and we start doing like Sweatin' to the Oldies stuff.
What is that?
Okay, he had a whole series of things called exercises called Sweatin' to the Oldies.
So if you're looking for a lively, entertaining, stimulating, humorous, colorful, frolicking, playful.
And he'd play oldies, and he's like, side, 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 the Richard Simmons thing.
Inspiring, safe, low-impact workout that's full of kick.
And they're exercises that anybody can do. You're not going to fall off a step. There are old people there. It's just a whole mix of people. But you're sweating, and you're turning, and you're essentially doing frug, and you're doing crazy dances to the oldies. So it's a pisser. I sweat more in that class that day than I think I did in my whole life. Oh, I kid you not. Wow. It was unbelievable. You thought I was high from Clooney? When I was done that day, I must have had so many endorphins that I just felt like I was absolutely delirious. So I went up to him afterwards and I said, listen, I'm here doing with the national tour of An Inspector Calls. I'd love to, if you want to come, give you 2 comps and you can come to one of the shows while we're here. So then he tells me that somebody had approached him to do Bud Frump, which he would be hilarious, in How to Succeed in Business on Broadway, but he turned it down because he was very committed to all the fatty, what do you call them, sweating cruises or something. He did cruises.
Holy cow, I can't be.
Hi, Richard. What are you doing here?
Having the time of my life.
Oh.
Yay! If my friends can see me now.
Take a 3, 4, or 7-day vacation on Carnival.
He did. He'd go around and have like arena talks where they'd all sweat together. They'd do sweat together. No, he was committed, and he decided not to do Broadway because he didn't want to lose his footing with all of that. So he said to me, "Well, I'm really booked." And this was I think maybe this was like 2 days before we were leaving town. So he said, "But you're not paying for the class." And I said, No, I already paid for the class. He goes, "Did you hear me? You are not paying for the class." And I said, "Richard, I already paid for the class." All right. And he talks to this girl behind the counter, behind the thing, whatever. He gets her to put together, and he starts telling her what to put in the box. He gave me all this free stuff, Sweatin' to the Oldies tapes, a mug. I mean, so much stuff. And he says to me, "We theater people have to take care of each other." You know, and I mean, for the rest of my life, I know you passed Richard, but I always loved, I'm attracted to people who have that spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Clooney's got it. Like in his playbill, he said, just know I have not been on a stage since a production of something at Steppenwolf in 1993 or something. He goes, everybody, buckle up. Now you gotta love that.
And listen, everybody, I have to say goodbye, but it's not goodbye forever. If you get yourself onto our sites over and over and over, you will have the joy of your life. This was one of them. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, but we hope that you will sign up and do your thing for us. And we love the fact that you're here and watching this. It's so much fun. Bye.
Bye.